From the heights of success to unexpected declines, we'll delve into the triumphs, challenges, and pivotal moments that shape the destiny of these fashion powerhouses. Discover the secrets behind their ascension to the top and the factors that led to their eventual downfall. With in-depth analysis, fascinating anecdotes, and a keen eye for trends, this video will provide a captivating exploration of the fashion world's ever-changing landscape. Charles Jeffrey presented an outstanding show for the AW18 menswear collection, and in this video, we'll discuss the up-and-coming designer in more detail. He received instruction from the same professor that Alexander McQueen, the designer, whom he's most frequently contrasted with, did. The renowned fashion designer Louise Wilson, who sadly passed away in 2014, was the designer's instructor at Central St. Martin's. According to reports, Wilson was harsh with him, claiming that the man's attire didn't make sense. She urged Jeffrey to consider his own sense of style when it came to clothing, and to keep a diary of how he dressed each day. These photographs would eventually serve as the foundation for his brand, which he called Loverboy. Charles, the Fall-Winter 2018 show by Jeffrey Loverboy, was his darkest to date. The wonder-kind's childhood memories of being bullied while growing up have fueled the fires of his creativity and were the primary influence in his most recent collection, which is titled Tantrum. The book, The Velvet Rage, Overcoming the Pain of Growing Up in a Straight Man's World by Alan Downs, was cited by Jeffrey as a significant source of motivation. According to Jeffrey, this book is about accepting anger and utilizing it. The collection features traditional Scottish tartan that has been reimagined by the designer with a playful hand and gender-bending forms. This tartan can be found throughout the collection. Club appearances provided the funding for his master's degree. The celebration of Jeffrey's birthday at Vogue Fabrics because Dalston was such a smash hit, in more ways than one, he decided to turn it into a party series called Loverboy. The club nights took place throughout the course of the year, creating the perfect risk-free environment for experimenting with one's appearance and cultivating an artistic community. Jeffrey is a far cry from the NYC club kids of the 90s. His style of partying is inextricably linked to the production of significant conceptual art and designs that push the boundaries of what is possible. Each occasion was a chance to expand the brand, and the designer and his colleagues took advantage of this by creating elaborate sets and photographing editorials featuring partygoers dressed in Jeffrey's designs. In the realm of contemporary art, he's making his debut. Jeffrey is a creative tornado. His illustrations, paintings, and sculptures not only serve as sources for inspiration for his collections, but also stand on their own as stunning works of art. Therefore, it should not come as much of a surprise that now Gallery has devoted an entire show to showcasing Jeffrey's artistic works. An interactive exhibition centered on identity and agency, the come-up is what you can expect to see at this show. Visitors to the gallery are greeted by enlarged versions of the designer's illustrations that were created using chicken wire and papier-mâché. The illustrations are colored in the designer's signature bright palette. The viewers are invited to make their own marks on the sculptures by drawing their own faces or imagining new ones, and they are provided with shelves containing a variety of artistic materials to use in this endeavor. The fact that the piece won't be finished until the very last day of the show highlights how dependent Jeffrey is on the support of the community in order to produce art that has a genuine and lasting impact. His debut as an independent designer at London Fashion Week produced one of the most innovative collections. Jeffrey has rapidly established himself as one of the most exciting names in menswear by fusing wit and couture, as well as radical creativity and technical excellence in his designs. The collection takes a trip through time, both forward and backward, and mashes up with traditionally gendered silhouettes with subcultural signifiers. The use of vivid colors, striking shapes, and out-of-this-world styling helped to create an atmosphere reminiscent of a carnival, which in turn transported the audience into the queer, post-gender utopia that is the land of Loverboy. The final look was a showstopper like no other. It was a ball gown with proportions reminiscent of the Victorian era and the cutouts reminiscent of Maddie's works. It was worn by a male model who had rainbow body paint applied to him. Loverboy is the product of Jeffrey and his kin of collaborators, and he is their love child. It is abundantly clear that the Loverboy brand is an expansion of the same spirit of collaboration that made the Loverboy Party series so successful. His eagerness to provide a platform for LGBTQ artists, writers, and performers is invigorating in every sense of the word. The egalitarian spirit of the brand is essential to the delivery of its message, which emphasizes the disruption of societal norms and the expansion of one's ability to express themselves freely. Reminders that genuine innovation is the result of collective effort are provided by Jeffrey and his people. His extremely avant-garde designs are surprisingly suitable for everyday use. The fact that Loverboy is more than just an avant-garde spectacle was demonstrated even further by Jeffrey in his second performance. It is not difficult to identify a number of standout pieces that have appealed to the marketplace. The ability that Jeffrey possesses to mediate between art and business may very well earn him a place among the ranks of some of the most celebrated conceptual, risk-taking brands in the world, such as Comme des Garçons and Vivienne Westwood. Loverboy is currently carried by Dover Street Market, Rare Market, and Boo the Shop. The presence of the brand on world-class shelves, in spite of the fact that it is still in its infancy, appears to be a portent of Jeffrey's rise to the top of the fashion industry. Charles Jeffrey, a menswear designer who is only 26 years old, has always considered the dance floor and the runway to be interchangeable environments. While he was still a student at Central St. Martin's, he established a name for himself in East London by beginning to host the Loverboy Club Night at the appropriately named venue, Vogue Fabrics Telston. This helped him make a name for himself in the area. It was in this area that he and his group of artistic friends expressed their appreciation for the opulent, yet disheveled fashion that was prevalent throughout the evening. After completing his education, Jeffrey combined his two worlds by launching an official Loverboy collection. Since then, he has been praised for his club Kid Couture and for bringing the club black to the catwalk. However, for this season, Jeffrey wished to put on a performance that was very different from the usual kind that takes place within the confines of a nightclub. "We wanted to show that we're not just club kids," he said after his fall 2017 show at London Fashion Week, Men's on Friday. When Jeffrey needed some ideas, he looked much further afield than East London, all the way up to the Cosmos. The collection is titled Full Fantasy, and it is broken up into 4 chapters. The first chapter is about dapper space travelers who wear traditional dinner jackets as their armor, and the last chapter is about strung-out dandies and naughty princes. A sculptural piece in the style of Comme des Garçons was used to introduce each new theme for the show. In his third collection, Jeffrey has demonstrated that he has mastered the art of transitioning his vision from modest elements such as bungee cord belts to more abstract forms of clothing. And that's pretty much it for today's video. Subscribe for more videos like this.